This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
All right, it is 4:27 here. We finally made it to your Friday. Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
I'm Meredith Barrick. Now, Rafael Sanchez in for Meredith Barrick. She'll be back on Monday.
Yes.
I can only hope to be as smart and talented as Meredith Barrick. Another team member of ours, of course, Alyssa Donovan. Come on over. It's going to be a great weekend, but we made the umbrella this weekend.
Yes, well, today at least, we are starting with some showers and thunderstorms moving through the area for your Friday. The good news is we are most likely going to see mostly rain showers with this system. Just a couple isolated thunderstorms are possible. You can see on our radar right now that we have those lightning strikes over Illinois. A lot of that instability is breaking up as it hits the Indiana border, so that's the good news, but we are going to see that rain really throughout the day, periods of rain showers. 79 degrees for our high today. We are going to see some gusty winds as well. The change that's going to happen as we head into the overnight hours, this cold front's going to pass and it's going to drop off our temperatures. We're going to see a steep temperature gradient where today we're in the 70s and then overnight we are dropping quickly into the 30s by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So it's going to be a huge change for us. We are likely going to see some frost on the ground tomorrow morning.
Oh, man.
Wow.
If you can imagine it. We were in the 90s last week, I want to remind you.
Here we go.
So if you have the plants that are still alive, mine are dead. I stopped watering them a long time ago, but they may not make it to the weekend, or cover them up. Yeah.
And can I get a name tag? Alyssa, Raphael, and Lauren.
I might call you Meredith this time.
I like that.
I'm all good. It would be an upgrade. Thank you so much.
All right, well, another story we are following today. This has to do with Noblesville, and if you're a parent in that district, you may want to know what is going on up here. A child was caught on camera being hit here on a school bus. What we're learning here is that the woman charged in this, she's supposed to have a change of plea hearing set for Monday. We're expecting to see her in court. This actually happened back in May, so we're obviously working to learn more about this. Something else you need to know about the student here is the student is special needs, is in a wheelchair, Raphael, so very concerning to really anyone that has a child that rides a school bus.
This morning we're also getting some new details involving that plane crash in Howard County from over the weekend. An initial federal report says that that plane went down over the weekend was filled with the wrong type of fuel. The crash killed the pilot. The report says an employee at that airport in Kokomo said that the pilot wanted jet fuel because the plane looked like a jet airliner. We'll have more on this coming up in the next few minutes.
All right, well, we want to head out to the Indianapolis Zoo because the people have spoken, Raphael.
They've spoken.
We have a new name for a dolphin there. Yeah,
we think the Hoosiers were inspired by the warm location since we're getting into that cold temperatures that Alyssa was talking about. The new dolphins name, the calf, is Maui. Like Maui, Hawaii. The zoo says that Maui is just 6 weeks old, but he's doing really well. Maui is not quite ready to meet the public yet, so you can expect to see Maui in the next few weeks. That and much more is coming up on this Friday. TGIF, Good Morning Indiana, with your news, traffic, and weather coming up in just the next few moments.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Coming up on Good Morning Indiana on this Friday, a truck driver hurt after crashing a semi off of Interstate 65, what police say caused that truck to drive off the road.
Residents being forced out of a mobile home park now have Attorney General Curtis Hill on their side, what his lawsuit could do to help them.
And now that sports betting is legal in Indiana, Purdue University adopting a new policy for their athletics. What faculty members can no longer wager on, the Boilermakers. It is Friday, October the 11th. We begin with a Storm Team 6 alert. I'm Rafael Sanchez in for Meredith Barrick. I'm not Meredith, but I'm Rafael Sanchez.
It's
good to be here.
Lauren
Casey, good morning.
Good morning to you and good morning to all you guys at home today. We finally made it to Friday. We had a beautiful week of weather here in Central Indiana. No complaints over here, but we do want to get to Alyssa Donovan because things are changing, and you can already tell when you step outside.
Yes, you can tell when you step outside. It's warmer, it's muggy this morning. That humidity has built back into our forecast, and that is all ahead of some showers and thunderstorms that are moving towards us right now. That's moving into the Crawfordsville area and into Rockville towards Lebanon. You'll see those showers shortly, as well as Lafayette. That system is starting to break up when it comes to instability. So we are seeing some embedded lightning strikes and some thunderstorms just to the south of Illinois right now. But most of that is breaking up as it hits the Indiana border. We are mostly seeing rain showers as that system approaches. Can't rule out seeing an isolated thunderstorm with this system yet this morning, and it will continue to impact us throughout the day. So continuing to see those showers and storms through mid-morning. Then we'll see some lighter showers by the midday hour, and then more showers and possibly an isolated thunderstorm expected in the afternoon and evening. We'll see those lingering overnight, but the good news is this is going to clear out by your Saturday morning. Much cooler temperatures, though. Today we're starting in the 60s, humid conditions. Tomorrow we are dropping 20, 30 degrees in some areas because we are going to be into the 30s tomorrow morning. Today, however, we are climbing into the low 70s with those chances of isolated showers and storms.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We are keeping a close eye on traffic here, and this is a live look up on the north side, I-465 and Keystone Avenue. You can see traffic in this area is moving along just fine this morning. No major issues to slow you down. Let's take a look, though, at the north split. This is in the downtown area. As you're traveling up northbound I-65 or westbound I-70, you may run into this issue here. In the right northbound I-65 lane, we do have that blocked off as crews are working a semi-crash in the area. Let's tell you a little bit about that. The truck driver in that area was driving northbound, and we're told that the truck driver fell asleep. Emergency crews are called out to this crash near the north split. This happened around 1:30 this morning. Police say this truck went off the road and went up this steep embankment. Again, this is at the north split. At some point, the driver woke up, stopped the truck before it hit a barrier wall. According to police, he suffered a head injury but is expected to be okay.
The time now is 4:33, and less than 2 months after RTV6 started asking questions on behalf of residents being forced from their mobile home park. And these are stories that were brought to us by RTV6's Cameron Riddle. The state attorney general is now getting involved in this situation.
Yeah, that's right. Curtis Hill got involved, met with those residents at the I-70 mobile home park, Raphael, and now we know exactly what this lawsuit means for those mobile home owners. Again, Cameron Riddle explains this all.
Weight off my head and shoulders.
Attorney General Curtis Hill knocked on doors and met residents face-to-face after filing a lawsuit against Blue Lakes Incorporated, the company that issued notices to residents of the I-70 mobile home park, telling them they and their mobile homes would have to be off the property by October 15th, a task that's easier said than done.
And all of a sudden, I'm told we gotta leave, just out from nowhere.
You know, our choice got taken from us. You know, where you people don't have a choice, get out.
Many of these mobile homes are not very mobile. Some have been parked in this West Side Park for decades, and even if residents could afford to move them, many would just fall apart, and others don't have a VIN number or a title. All reasons why moving in 60 days, let alone moving these structures at all, is pretty much impossible.
It's upsetting.
Yeah.
It's stressful, especially when you have kids.
Tonight, the Attorney General's office is going after Blue Lakes Incorporated for deceptive consumer sales, knowingly violating the Consumer Sales Act, not obtaining permits to sell mobile homes in Marion County, and exploiting senior citizens who paid for mobile homes they never received titles to, as required by Indiana law.
It gives me some relief, but not. I'm still under stress, though.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
A man is dead after a mobile home fire caught in Avon last night. Firefighters were called to the 2200 block of Oxford Drive just before 9 p.m. A neighbor called 911 after seeing flames and smoke coming from the windows. Now, when emergency crews arrived, they had a hard time getting into that home because of hoarding conditions in the house. The man who died was the only person living there, we're told. Investigators have yet to say officially what caused that fire.
It is 4:36. A change of plea hearing is scheduled for Monday for a woman who's accused of slapping a special needs student on a school bus. An attorney released a video of the incident to RTV6.
Right here? Oh, no. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I know.
According to court documents, a Noblesville school bus aide slapped a 10-year-old girl with disabilities on a bus back in May. The report says that the girl has a brain injury, so she uses a special wheelchair and needs help with basic needs. Van Fossen here claims that the girl did get her arm, the girl touched her arm and face. She faces a battery charge today.
There are now 3 vaping-related deaths in our state. The Indiana State Department of Health reported the 2 additional deaths on Thursday. The first reported in September. Officials say all 3 victims are adults. They died of severe lung injuries linked to e-cigarette use. The CDC reports the number of vaping-related illnesses in the U.S. has reached about 13,000 people. At least 26 have died.
It is 4:37. The community is invited to attend a funeral for a man who fought for our country. That memorial will be held later this morning for Daniel J. Powell. The 67-year-old Navy veteran did not have any family, so Sproul Funeral Home is asking anyone to join them in remembering Powell for his service and celebrate his life.
We have a very strong feeling about veterans and what they have done for our country, for us. So we feel like he deserved this send-off.
Well, the service starts at 11 a.m. at Sproul Funeral Home. That's on West 30th Street, and you can find more information on our website, theindychannel.com.
Purdue University adopting a new sports wagering policy. It bans all faculty, staff, and non-athlete students from gambling on sporting events involving any Purdue teams, coaches, or student athletes. Officials say they want Purdue to be a place where student athletes don't have to worry about being treated as a source of inside information to be used to enhance earnings from gambling. The policy applies to wagers placed worldwide and online. Faculty and staff violators of the rule would face discipline up to and including termination. Officials expect the policy to be formally adopted within the next week or 2. Now, the Indiana Gaming Commission says Indiana's opening month with legal sports betting attracted $34.5 million in wagers. The data shows that football was the most popular sport with 60% of the bets. Not all casinos have started accepting sports wagers on the first day, so this expects the amounts to be double in the coming months. A former ambassador from the Ukraine expected to testify before Congress about the impeachment inquiry. Coming up, how the State Department could stop that testimony.
And Bluebell recalling some of its popular ice cream. Still ahead why the company is pulling one flavor off grocery store shelves. Alyssa.
And we are seeing those showers and thunderstorms moving into the area today. That's why it's a Storm Team 6 alert day. Coming up, I'll tell you how long these are going to impact you and central Indiana and the big cool down on the way behind it. I'll have all the details next.
Or we even there?
Welcome back. It is 4:42 right now on our Friday. This is I-65 from the pedestrian overpass. This is the area on the northwest side, a little north of 30th Street.
Where is everybody?
I know. It's quiet. No, a couple cars out there at this hour. This is an ongoing construction area, but it's not impacting traffic this morning. We're going to keep a close eye on those roads and keep you updated on any issues.
I'm so happy you do traffic. You do a wonderful job at that.
Thank you.
Here's the national stories of making headlines today. A judge will hear arguments about stopping the lawsuits against the Sackler family for their role in the opioid crisis. The family owns Purdue Pharma, which is most known for the strong painkiller Oxycontin. The Sackler family made billions off the opioid medication. Now attorney generals have to deny or accept their current offer to settle around 2,600 claims.
President Trump scheduled to meet with Chinese Vice Premier today as part of a renewed trade negotiation. This is the 13th round of negotiations that the two countries have had over trade. Those talks began yesterday, and President Trump told reporters that they're going well.
The time now is 4:43, and the former ambassador to the Ukraine expected to appear before Congress as part of the impeachment inquiry. But the question is, will she attend? And other new developments involving a top advisor to the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. ABC's Megan Tavrezian has the latest.
Former ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, expected to appear before a closed-door deposition today, testifying before 3 House committees looking into whether or not the president committed impeachable offenses by asking a foreign country to investigate the family of his political rival, Joe Biden. But the State Department could demand she not appear, as it did earlier later this week with Ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland. Yovanovitch was removed from her post in May after coming under attack from President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani. Her recall amid growing frustration at the State Department that Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has done nothing to defend Yovanovitch's post. Federal prosecutors say these two now indicted businessmen with ties to Giuliani also wanted to force her out. Lev Parnas and Ignor Fruman arrested Wednesday at an airport.
They were about to board an international flight with one-way tickets.
They're now charged with illegally funding campaign contributions, including some from Russia to a PAC supporting President Trump and other candidates.
Take a victory.
These indictments seemingly energizing the president. At a rally last night in Minneapolis, Trump saying the impeachment push would produce a backlash at the ballot box, saving some of his most intense attacks for political rival Joe Biden.
He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's.
During that rally, the president did not mention Rudy Giuliani or the indictments. A source close to the former New York City mayor says he had lunch with both men before their arrests, but he says he cannot comment on their indictments. Megan Tavrizian, ABC News, New York.
And the time right now is 4:45. U.S. Senator Mike Braun has responded to questions from RTV6 about the impeachment inquiry. Braun was in town here in the state of Indiana, finishing up his 92-county tour across the state, where he met with Hoosiers about the issues. The Republican senator won Indiana back in 2018 with a little more than 50% of the vote. We asked him where he stands on the House investigations of President Trump.
I think the transcript, you can either read it to where it was inappropriate and it's not impeachable, which is what I say. You know, I would not have broached that subject had I been president, but we got a president that's not a politician.
Braun also said that he's concerned the impeachment inquiry will take up too much time and the federal lawmakers won't get other things done.
The time now is 4:46 at the Environmental Protection Agency proposing a major overhaul of lead regulations impacting drinking water. This is the first big change in regulations in 20 years. It comes after scandals in Flint, Michigan and other cities raised concerns over safe drinking water. The proposed lead and copper rule would change testing requirements for water systems and change procedures to replace bad service lines. The EPA says that the new system would also ban practices used to rig the lead content numbers. The new rules would not change the current safety limit for lead in our water.
Several fires raging right now across Southern California. The largest fire, called the Sandalwood Fire, it tore through a mobile home park, destroying multiple homes there. Authorities ordered residents to evacuate and assigned 120 firefighters to the area. More than 500 acres have been destroyed, and the fire is 0% contained. Officials say that the fire started when a garbage truck dumped a load of trash that was on fire. Utility companies are taking preemptive action, cutting off electricity to hundreds of thousands of Californians to prevent more fires from starting by power lines.
Wow.
Back here at home, it is 4:47. We do want to check in with Alyssa because it is a Storm Team 6 alert day.
That's right. We're receiving some of that much needed rain today. We're going to see periods of rain showers throughout the day. Impact level is at medium because we are going to see some isolated thunderstorm chances, but nothing severe expected at this time. We could see some gusty winds, but they won't reach that severe level, which is the good news right now. So taking a look at our radar, you can see we do have this system starting to make its way in. That's moving into Lafayette and into Crawfordsville this morning and across I-65 towards Frankfort. You can see that system is moving across Illinois right now. That's bringing some showers and thunderstorms there. But as it approaches Indiana, a lot of that instability that's causing those thunderstorms is starting to dissipate. So we're seeing mostly just showers here in Indiana this morning. We can't rule out seeing an isolated storm as we head through mid-morning and then this afternoon. But most of the activity this morning is going to move northward. So we're going to see that for northwest counties this morning. Just a stray shower possible around Indianapolis this morning before we see our better chance when the system moves through by the afternoon. So that will be early afternoon is when we see those showers become a little bit more widespread. That's also going to be our chance of an isolated thunderstorm. Again, with that, Could see some lightning, possibly a rumble of thunder, but not really expecting severe weather at this time. But it will be something that you'll notice in your morning and evening commute today. Good news is it is moving very quickly, so it will be out of the area by overnight tonight and into your early Saturday morning. We could just see a stray shower, but most of the activity is happening today. Behind it, much cooler air. We're going to see a very steep temperature gradient just by the evening. So we're starting in the 60s this morning, and we're not going to see a huge change throughout the day into the low 70s in some spots, but you can see right as that cold front passes, temperatures drop off. We're down into the 50s by the evening, right around 6 p.m. Tomorrow morning, we are into the 30s. So a much cooler day, a much cooler weekend on tap. We also might see some patchy frost develop by tomorrow morning, so just be aware of that. Good night to cover up those plants. 55 degrees for your high on Saturday. We are going to see those windy conditions, those westerly winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Mostly sunny skies, though, so you're just going to need a light jacket on Saturday. We'll see plenty of sunshine. You can ditch the umbrella. Sunday, 65 for the high, mostly sunny, and then we are going to see those temperatures right where they should be this time of year as we head into Monday and Tuesday. Next chance of showers and storms in the forecast will be on Tuesday.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We are keeping a close eye on your roads as you're heading out maybe to work or school on this Friday. And here's a look right now at I-65 and 56th Street. Farther up here on the northwest side, traffic's still pretty quiet, traveling smoothly northbound and southbound there on your interstate. No issues, but we are still monitoring an issue right now in the downtown area. You see the flashing lights on your screen. Here's what's happening. As you're traveling northbound on I-65, going through the north split, heading towards Meridian Street, the right lane is blocked. This is because a semi-truck driver fell asleep behind the wheel, went up the embankment, missed that curve there. Injured, but will be okay. But again, the right lane is blocked. You'll have to stay over to the left lane, and we'll continue to monitor this.
Lauren, thank you so much for that. Here's a consumer alert. If you have any Bluebell ice cream in the fridge, check the production date before you eat it. The company is recalling its Butter Crunch flavor ice cream because plastic pieces may have ended up inside those containers. The affected ice cream was made in a plant in Alabama back on August the 26th. This includes half-gallon containers with the production code 826-21222. We'll have all of this information on our website, theindychannel.com, as well as the RTV6 app. Still to come on Good Morning Indiana, a special moment years in the making. You have to see this, how a football team came together to give one member, oh yeah, the touchdown of a lifetime.
And parents, they are still looking for answers after their kids were wrongfully injected with insulin at school. New at 5, the legal action they're now taking against the school and a local hospital. But first,
I'm Vinny Politan. We are on a verdict watch today on Court TV in a case out of Tallahassee, Florida. A Florida State law professor was murdered. His ex-in-laws, according to prosecutors, are the ones who set up the murder but did not commit it. Instead, they hired a hitman to do it. One of the hitmen and his girlfriend are on trial for murder. We'll continue live in Tallahassee today on Court TV.
Vinny will be watching, and don't forget, you can watch all of new Court TV live on your mobile device by visiting CourtTV.com. We'll be right back. So this is an awesome Friday story. So come on, join me. An Ohio teen uses a wheelchair because of spina bifida, but that did not keep him from being part of the football team. You see, Paul Thompson, the team manager from Miamisburg's 8th grade team, got a chance to show his skills on the field. And there he goes with the help of players and coaches. They drew up a special play for Paul to score a touchdown. There you go. Come on. Touchdown.
Oh,
he was handed the ball and, of course, pushed down to the end zone for the score. And there always has to be a great celebration.
Just scored a touchdown. How's it feel?
It was great.
The coach said it took 2 years to plan the touchdown play, but it was all worth it. And we thank you for sharing such great positive news on a Friday. What an amazing
love that story.
Yeah, TGIF. Look at that.
Teamwork.
One more time. Let's go. In slow motion, there's the play. Oh, it stopped. But listen, touchdown. Touchdown.
Oh my gosh, love that.
Awesome.
Well, there are a lot of football games tonight for Friday Football Frenzy. And Alyssa, we know rain is moving through the area. Is this going to impact teams here in Indiana?
Likely we are going to see that impact by this evening. The good news is by that time it's going to become a a little bit more scattered in nature with those rain showers. Likely any storm activity we're going to see is going to be early this morning and then mid-afternoon. 70 degrees for our high. Clearing out by the weekend. Much cooler, though. 55 for the high on Saturday.